Okay, guys, this is still on free time. This is for Wednesday, June 10th, and this is our second part of Ventures Level 2. And here is all of my contact information. And right now we are going to start in the student book. Page 127. Okay, so we see some useful language. I is me, he is him, she is her, and they is them. Okay, we're going to change the bold words to make conversations. So go ahead and stop your video and write those conversations out, and they should look like the example. What did Maria give Daniel? She gave him some balloons. That's nice. So the second one would say, what did Maria give Daniel? She gave him a card. That's nice. And you would do all of those. So go ahead and write those out and then come back and we will go over them together. Let me go ahead and write them out and then we'll do them. Okay. All right. So the number one said, what did Maria give Daniel? She gave him some balloons. That's nice. So number two was a card. So what did Maria give Daniel? Number two, you would say she gave him a card, right? Number three, what did Maria give Daniel? She gave him some flowers, or flowers. Number four, what did, well, we see, oh, back up, guys, back it up. I could barely see this with my glasses, but there's different names on these. So to and from. So it's number one. Let me just erase these. Well, I will, because I was having a hard time reading them. I still may not get all of the names correct. But what did Maria give Daniel? She gave him some balloons. That's nice. So number two, we see the to and from. So what did, is it Paula or Paula? I'm sorry guys, I can barely read it. It's so small. Give Marina, I would say she gave her a card, right? Okay, I apologize. And I hope I'm getting these names right, but they are so tiny. Okay, so the next one is some flowers from Peter. So what did Peter give, not five, give Sarah? Right? And then we're going to use pronouns. He gave her some flowers. Okay, that's a little better. And this is going to be a question mark. And number four, what did, I think it's Roya, R-O-Y-A, give Muhammad? Right? She gave him some cookies. Number five, perfume. What did Tom give Caroline? He gave her some perfume. Number 6. There's no, I can't read that. That's so tiny. So, I don't know, guys, but we're going to say, I'm going to use Maria and Daniel again because I can't read it. What did Maria give Daniel? She gave him some books, right? I don't know if that's what that says, but it's so tiny I can't read it. Number 7, from David, okay? What did David give is it Avid and Mark? You would say he gave them some money. Last one, number 8. What did Susan give Sam? She gave him a gift card. Okay. Sorry, guys. I hope those are some of the right names. I had a really, obviously you can tell I had a really hard time reading them. But anyway, your sentences should look good, should look like that. It give or take some. The names may be different, but the sentences should reflect those. Okay. On the communicate part, we really can't do that because that requires you talking to a classmate. So if you could just maybe do that with someone that's in your house and complete that and practice those conversations, that would be great. So what you would do is, it says, choose 3 classmates. So maybe you choose a couple people in your house, you get 3 items, you give 1 to each classmate, and finish out the chart. So come here, Bailey. So on my chart, I'll just do an example. My classmate is Bailey here, right? And I'm going to give her my pencil. So I would say, I gave Bailey my pencil, right? And if, let's see, and then you want to ask for it back. So you would practice say, Bailey, please give me my pencil back. Or please give me my pencil. Okay? And then she would do that. So you would, we can practice with the phone. I gave Bailey my phone. Bailey, please give me my phone. Okay? So you can practice doing those with some items. I'm sure you can at least find one person at home to practice with. Okay? So that's all for page 127. I'm going to go ahead and pause the video, delete this, and we're going to pick up with the workbook. No, we're not. We're going to keep on in the student book. I apologize because we already finished part C, all of part C in the workbook. Okay, so now we're going to go to page 128 of your student book, the objectives. That we're going to concentrate on are going to be, we're going to We're going to read about a graduation party. We're going to, let me move my face out of the way. And we're going to practice identifying examples of the main idea. And the last thing we're going to do is practice more topic related vocabulary. Okay, so those are the 3 objectives that we're going to work on next. Well, and these will continue on into part 3. Okay, so we're on 128 of our book. And let me go ahead and, if you need to, you can jot down those objectives, because I'm going to go ahead and delete all of that. And we're looking on page 128, and there's a little picture at the top of the page right here. And those are, we're going to ask questions about that. So, who is the woman? Who is the woman? Well, if you look back on page 122, it's Celia, right? And what's she doing? It looks like she may be writing the thank you notes from her party, right? The thank you notes from the party. So, what did Aunt Anna give Celia at the graduation party? You can look back at page 122 if you need to. What did Aunt Anna give Celia at the graduation party? Aunt Anna gave Celia the flowers, right? What did Celia's friend Sue give her? It was the little perfume, right? So Sue gave Celia the perfume. What did Mrs. Campbell give Celia? What did Mrs. Campbell give Celia? She gave her a card. Do you see her holding a card? She's the lady standing behind the table, right? So now let's look at the second part, and I'm going to use the QR reader, and we're going to listen to the paragraph.
Page 128, Exercise 2, Track 33.
I had a graduation party last Friday. My husband sent invitations to my teacher and to my relatives and friends. They all came to the party. My teacher, Mrs. Campbell, gave me a card. Some guests brought gifts for me. My Aunt Anna brought me flowers. My friend Sue gave me some perfume. My classmate, Ruth, brought me some cookies. After the party, I wrote them thank you notes. Tomorrow, I'm going to mail the thank you notes at the post office.
Okay, it says, this looks like it may be on some kind of social media. We see the like at the bottom. We see the hashtag. So this may be a post that Celia wrote on social media. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, any of those. So it says, look for the main idea when you read this paragraph is about gifts. Look for examples of all the gifts. Okay, if the main idea was the gifts that Celia got at her graduation party, the examples were the flowers, the card, and the perfume, right? Those are the, oh, and cookies. Those were the gifts that she mentioned in her post. So now what I want you to do is go down to part 3, and there's 7 questions. I want you to answer those questions. Please use full sentences. Like number 1, who came to the party? Celia's teacher, relatives, and friends came to the party. It's a full sentence. Do 2 through 7, just like that, and then we'll come back and we'll go over them together. Okay? So now we're ready to do number 2. Which sentence in the paragraph states the main idea? We're going to write the whole sentence. The first sentence in the paragraph states the main idea. Okay? All right. It says, I had a graduation party last Friday. So we're talking about her graduation party. Okay, number 3. How many gifts did Celia receive? Celia received 3 gifts. Right? Number 4. What did Sue give Celia? Sue gave, past tense, Celia, perfume. Number 5. Who is an example of a relative in the paragraph? A relative is somebody in your family. So the example would be her aunt. So Aunt Anna is an of a, whoops, I'm sorry. Okay, so when you're answering these, just like the ones we have practiced so often in class, you're restating part of the question in the sentence. So Aunt Anna is the answer, but is an example of a relative in the paragraph is also part of the question. Who is an example of a relative in the paragraph? So remember, we're using part of the question to fill out our answer. Okay, number 6 says, what did Celia do after the party? Celia wrote, thank you notes. I'm sorry, that does not spell notes. After the party. Okay? And our last one, number 7. What is Celia going to do tomorrow? Tomorrow, comma, Celia is going to mail the thank you notes. All right. So tomorrow, Celia is going to mail the thank you notes. Okay, there's your answers for 2 through 7. You're welcome to make any corrections to your work. Also, this is the end of part 2, and I'll see you back here for part 3. I'll scroll down in case you need any of the contact information again, and also be sure you're putting your name in the comment sections to get credit for class attendance.